Hello, hello, hello. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? It is a Monday. Oh, yes, y'all. And I do apologize for not being able to come on last week, but it was so busy, so busy. We had so much going on and I just couldn't get together. I'm just going to be honest with you. I couldn't get it together. So, what I wanted to chat about today is that it is motivational moment. And today we are talking about y'all, you still got time. You still got time. Have you thought about that you still got time? That this, even though I know we're talking about the fourth quarter, we're talking about all these things that are going on, but you still have time to make it and you still have time to do what you're doing. And today is not really to motivate you about or even to encourage you about excuse me, about your business. I know. I know that's hard to believe. It's not about your business. It's not about what you're doing. It's more about you still have time to not to forget to give up on yourself. Yeah, I'm going to leave that right there. Because so many of us are in a situation right now that we just not really sure what's going on. And I know I'm probably doing this a little early, um, a little early, because we are getting ready to enter into the holiday season. We are getting ready to enter into this time where people fall into this cycle. And I want to come on early because a lot of times the weather's getting ready to change. We're getting ready to go into being more dark and being colder, where we're inside more, where we are not really doing those things outside. Because I think I shared with you guys once before that I realized that I was actually suffering from what you call it, seasonal depression. I didn't know what that was, but I had moved to an area that was dark more. It was dark longer and more, and I could feel myself being down. And I didn't know what that was about. And then when I did some reading, I said, "Oh my God, I have all of these symptoms." And so what I started to do, and if now I'm not telling you that everybody need to go trust WebMD to get your diagnosis, but but what I did is I tried it and I tried it out and I figured it and I tried some different things. And that's why I figured that yes, I must be right because what I did, I started making sure I was going outside more. Like where I worked at the time, I could go out during when it was daytime and take a walk. So I started doing that and I started to feel myself feeling much better. And then started feeling myself to be more attentive to what was going on. I started to feel myself like start feeling that change and not feeling so dark. Okay, so that's where I want you to think about that and that you still, and now, even though I just talked about that seasonal depression, some people are actually dealing with going into the holidays and not feeling like they are where they need to be. And the crazy part, it's okay, guys. It's okay that you didn't finish something. It's okay that you made this list at the beginning of the year and you didn't finish it. It's okay that you wanted to start this business, you wanted to write the book, you wanted to go on this trip, and you weren't able to go because things just started to happen that took you off your schedule. But what I wanted to encourage you about tonight is that even though that could have been happening, even though that had showed up and manifested itself in a different way, you can still make it. You can still think about it like this. I still got until December. And if I don't finish it by December, then guess what? That goes on my list for next year. Oh, and because next year I'm putting this at the top of the list because this is going down as number one. This is going down as I'm going to I'm going to I'm going to conquer this goal at the top, or I'm going to do some better planning so I can accomplish that goal. And that's what we have to start thinking about at this time. And some of us have been caught in this place. And hey, hello, Chaka. So glad to have you here. Um, some of us have been sitting around and we're not realizing that we have been doing okay. I'm gonna use me. I'm gonna have a transparent moment. Been sitting around doing everything for everybody else, but I've been lacking to do for myself. How many of you have been feeling that way? When you sit back and really evaluate the situation, you realize that you've been doing stuff for everybody. You've been going and doing for everybody. You're showing up for this. You're doing this. You're serving them. You are doing everything that it needs to be done, but you've been neglecting yourself. I'm guilty. And it's like I really had to sit back and take note of that because it was like it's pulling me back, it's slowing me down. It's like I felt like I wasn't accomplishing the things that I need to accomplish, but I also had to think about what am I doing that has been slowing me down in that area? What have I been doing that not that I'm y'all and anybody that knows me knows that I'm a giver. I'm a giver from my heart. I give. But sometimes you can give so much that you become empty. You become slowed down. And God has a way of slowing us down. And it's like when He slows us down, He does things that just really takes our attention. And it's like, I got a diagnosis, and I'm like, for real? I was like, oh, because if this thing go the way it's supposed to be, this thing gonna shut my tail down for about 60 days. I ain't never been shut down for no 60 days. Y'all, me can't do nothing for almost 60 days. What? So I'm like, okay, God, you got me. I'm getting ready to do whatever I need to do to get it done so I don't have to shut down like that. Like you got my attention. And I did, and when I started to really evaluate, it was like I wasn't accomplishing the goals that I had set for myself for me. I had not accomplished the goals that I had set for my business. I had not accomplished the goals that I had set for my nonprofit. I hadn't done anything. Hey fam, I'm not sure who this is. But let me know who you are in the comments. I love to know who this is. And it's like I didn't know what was going on. And I said I had to really sit down and evaluate the situation because I was in a place where I could not make the proper decisions because what? I had been doing everything for everybody else. But when you really sit down and slow down and evaluate that situation, you are going to realize that you got to take time for you. You got to take time to show up for yourself. You showed up for everybody and everything. You have been the ultimate daughter, the ultimate sister, the ultimate brother, the ultimate cousin, uncle, whatever your title, ultimate coworker. You have been everything to everybody, but you haven't been anything and everybody to yourself. Yeah, I'm gonna let that sit right there. I'm gonna let that sit right there because you have got to know that for this time and to get it to the end of this year, I want you to seriously think about that. What can I do before the end of the year to pour into myself? What can I do before the end of the year that can help me catapult me to the next level? What can I do before the end of the year? Can I take a day or two or three or four or five and just do me? Now, you might be saying, Deborah, I ain't got no money for that because I ain't playing for that. And that's fine. But what can you do at home? How can you get some alone time for you to be able to really go into your word and really study your word? What can you do for you to really go in and pray just for you, not for everybody else? Look, I'm telling this about you because you can't move forward until you allow that time for God to pour into you. You still have time, but you got to get yourself in a position to where you can get poured into. You can get downloaded into things. You can hear, you can listen. And the crazy part, we have so many people around us that we're missing it. That we're missing it because we're so tired. We're tired. We've been helping everybody and la da about about everything that's going on, and we haven't taken time to listen for ourselves. We have not taken that time to really sit down and be able to just bask in the sunshine. Now, it's one thing that my goal is before, because some of you know that I've taken on some additional responsibilities, that I am really going to go. I'm getting ready to set up like a little mini sanctuary in my backyard. Yeah, and I got a little bitty backyard. Anybody's been in my house know my little backyard. But my goal is to get like a one of those mini fire pits. I already got some furniture back there, but I want to make it to where I can go outside and just set that up, sip on me a cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever, and be able to just sit by that and just be able to meditate and just really listen to God and what God is saying to me. Just because that's going to be in my mind, that's going to be my special place, my secret place, that I'm going to be able to get away. And some of you need to do that because you might not be able to get away, but make you a space that is your getaway time. You know, like that old song said when she was like, "Come on in the room." Y'all know that's my favorite song to mess up. But well, it's my gum into your secret closet. Find you a secret place before the end of the year because you still have time. And even if you already have a secret place, get you another secret place that you ordain and that you consecrate just for you to sit and hear for yourself. Because again, when you go into your secret place that you have now, you're probably praying for everybody else. You're probably sacrificing for everybody else. You're probably fasting for everybody else. But have you fasted for yourself? Have you prayed for yourself? Have you really gone forth and really decided for yourself what you're doing? Some of you have some major decisions to make between now and the end of the year. And you can't make it because you're so cluttered in your mind and in your heart that you can't make that decision about what to do and how to do. You have got to take it on. And you have got to know that you can do this because you've been destined for this and you've been chosen for this. And it's like you've been set up in a place that you don't even, you're like, what in the whole world is going on? Like, how can I do this? What am I supposed to do? And you're like in all these different places. And it's like you have got to know but at the end of the day, you've got to know and be very conscious about what you're doing and know that you need to take that time for yourself. You have got to find that margin of time. It doesn't have to be a lot of time. It doesn't have to be days of time, but you have got to find that margin of time. And you might be saying, Deborah, I don't even know what to do with this. I don't even know how to find a margin of time. I don't even know how to find a slither of time. And that should be a goal for all of us. Consecrate your secret place and just be with the Lord and allow him to lead. Absolutely, Chaka. Absolutely. I hope I'm saying your name. If you're Chaka or Shaka, I'm not sure, but I'm absolutely. We have got to get in a place that we are so intentional about what we are doing that we are able to go to that next level and be able to be who we need to be, because when we consecrate that space for us, we consecrate that space just for us to get that download for us. And again, you might be saying, I know what you're saying. Oh, you're being selfish. You're doing this. No, you're not being selfish. Because at the end of the day, if you don't take care of you, your business gonna fail, your family gonna fail, and bottom line, you gonna fail. You're gonna be all stressed out and bent out and tore up from the flow up because you did not know how to take that margin of time for yourself. You did not know how to take that time to just be to yourself. And for an introvert, That's easy. We know how to get to ourselves. But the thing is, are we being intentional about being with ourselves? And I say that to my extroverts as well. Hey, Dr. Kai, I'm saying that to our introverts as well. I mean, our extroverts, that you have got to intentionally, when you take that time for yourself, to intentionally take that time for yourself, because when you do that, you are allowing not only for your body to regroup, not only for your mind to recharge, but also for you to recharge. And and again, like I was saying earlier, you might be in a place where you're saying, Deborah, I hear you, but I just don't know what to do and how to reclaim. Look, as our Auntie Maxine would say, how to reclaim your time or to get yourself back in order. Or you're thinking, I just don't even know how to do it. What are you talking about, girl? We are going to be doing a 5-day challenge. I know, and I know you thinking like that. What for? What? Yeah, we're gonna do a 5-day challenge. Normally, I do 21 days. For those of y'all that are new to the group, normally I would do 21 days, 21 minutes of prayer and meditation. But this year, we're only going to do a 5-day challenge. And it's about finding the margin, finding that margin in your time, in your situation that you can be one would be on yourself. And we're going to get together for 5 days and we are going to talk about what that really means and what that really looks like. So I have put the registration form in the chat in the comments, and this is going to start, our 5-day challenge is going to start on November the 12th. So you see how strategic, even with the date, November the 12th. And I'm doing it that week before Thanksgiving, and it's strategic because a lot of us are going to have some downtime during Thanksgiving. So that is our time that we can really sit down and roll out and think about what we're going to do, taking that time for ourselves. And what does that look like? How do I take time for myself? Okay, so and then my favorite one is, how do I tell somebody no? Yeah, I said it. How you gonna use the word no? So, it's like using that word no is a whole sentence. Some of us have not gotten there. Um, and I'm getting better. I'm getting better at telling people my boundaries. Like, it just is what it is. Like if I can't talk to you at this particular time, I can't talk. If I can't do it, I'm um I'm just telling people straight up, like I can't do it. And no is a full sentence. I don't have to explain my no. I don't have to tell you what's going on because you have got to respect my boundaries. And so that is something that we're going to be talking about in that finding the margin 5-day challenge. And you said, we can do this in 5 days? Absolutely. When you get through with this for this 5 days, you're going to be strong enough. You're going to be empowered. You're going to be ready to jump up and be able to take on this time for yourself and do what you know need to do in order to make it to that next level, to reclaim who you are, because you still have time to do you and be you. You still have time to show up like never before. You still have time to to be the person that God has called you to be for yourself, because again, I'm gonna circle all the way back to what I said. If you don't find time for yourself, if you don't find time to find healing for yourself, then guess what? You are going to be no good to nobody else. So if I can encourage you to do nothing else after tonight, and that is, you have got to be better to yourself, because you have to learn how to treat you. And when you learn how to do that, you're gonna be like, hey. All the rest of this stuff is happening like what like just natural, and you're just gonna walk in it and you're gonna talk in it, and you're gonna start seeing things change. Because I don't care how old you are, I don't care how well you think that you're doing in this area, in certain areas, but I promise you, if you get yourself together and start to respect you for who you are, then you're gonna definitely see a change. Well, all right, guys. I love you to life, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a great evening. Make sure that y'all like and share and like. And I look forward to hearing from you soon. Go ahead, register for that 5-day challenge. All right, guys. Have a great one. Peace.